Alright YouTube, quick follow-up video, or what I hope is a quick follow-up video. I posted one the other day comparing my HK VP9 to my Glock 17 and Glock 19. On the desk there is the Glock 17. That video ran way too long, 20 minutes or so. I apologize anyone who had to sit there and watch it all. And I was unable to splice in due to length, due to time constraints, unable to splice in my first shots with the HK VP9. I will do that with this video, along with summarizing my final thoughts on the HK VP9 versus Glock platform. I've got the booklets out in front of us here. See how detailed it shows up on my smartphone, which doubles as my camera. The HK VP9 has, I believe, 64 parts, including the magazine. The Glock platform, there's differences, minor differences between a Gen 3 and a Gen 4 with the back straps and such, but has roughly 34 parts. I'm looking for 34 parts, excuse the camera jiggle. So roughly half the parts in a Glock, and that actually goes back to the purpose and intent of the Glock design in meeting military specs in Europe. They wanted a pistol that could be field stripped, almost sort of like the 1911 concept, with as few parts as possible, and y'all can read all that on Wikipedia and such to get the history of the Glock. But that, I think, kind of summarizes my overall observation then between the two platforms. Let me move the brochures back out of the way. In that, the VP9 is a sweet shooting pistol. Ergonomically, fits in the hand, in my opinion, better than the Glock. Of course, I'm comparing it to a Gen 3 Glock, so I do not have interchangeable back straps on that. But changing out the side panels on the HK is really a good idea, and I like that. The trigger on the HK, in my opinion, again, is far superior to the Glock. Shorter take-up, crisper, clean break versus the Glock's longer take-up and mushier break. The Glock reset might be a hair better, but it's not much further than the HK VP9. Very, very minimal difference there in the reset length, but I think the Glock has it a little. Where the Glock shines is its interchangeability and various ways you can personalize your Glock. Different sights are available. Your extended mag release, your extended slide stop lever, things like that can be changed out depending on how you like it. And as I showed you in my previous video when I showed you the internals, there's far less going on. It's much easier to strip, change out the trigger connector, reduce spring for the firing pin if you want. Various modifications you can do to lighten the Glock trigger, and you can also, as I've done, install a drop-in trigger system. So the nod goes to the Glock in terms of aftermarket modifications and the simplicity of the design regarding the trigger, regarding the striker-fired mechanism. Where HK, gets a little more complicated is the striker cocked indicator in the rear, and that adds to the slide parts in view. And also that sweet trigger comes at a cost with I mean, what a weird, let me show this in the book rather than trying to show you. It's got a, see again if it'll show up right by my thumb, they call that a trigger spring, and it's a very small wire, and it actually is connected from the trigger bar at the base to the pistol. And I mean, it looks like it'll hold up, but it's a very unique design there. So shootability, I love the HK VP9 trigger. I love the HK VP9 ergonomics. Again, nod to the HK VP9. It's just the aftermarket modifications you can do to the Glock that gives them the nod there. I might add that I have no experience with the XD, Springfield XD, or Smith & Wesson M&P. I was a revolver person. I'm 50-something. I was a revolver person and a 1911 person. And when I went to the polymer guns, I went to a Glock back in the day, and I just never saw a need to get the Springfield or Smith & Wesson offerings, or the various other offerings, whether it be the Walther PPQ or not. The Glock fit the bill for me, and I don't have an unlimited resource cache of money, and I don't get free T&E guns sent to me from the manufacturers, or free ammo for that matter. So but I was intrigued by the HK VP9. Such's video really clued me in on that, and Gun Blast and Military Arms Channel, 3 great reviews on the VP9. I figured, it's time to invest in another polymer pistol, striker fired pistol too, I might add. So with that and trying to keep this under 10 minutes, I'm now going to splice in my first shots with the HK VP9. Go easy on me. I was just getting used to the sights. I do miss the plates quite often. But it's a fun gun. I'm glad I own it. Thanks for watching. First shots with the HK VP9. After I put my eye protection on. Need to learn where to hold it. We'll pause. What the heck? We'll just keep it rolling. Having a little trouble with that plate rack at an angle. Only got the 2 mags still. We'll load those up and get back at it. Thanks for watching.